Can I ask you something? If I asked you to describe today, not what you accomplished or where you went, not the meetings, emails, errands, responsibilities, but the moments you actually experience, what would you say? I've been realizing something uncomfortable. Some days end and I don't remember being in them. I mean, I remember what I did and what I got done. But when I try to remember the day itself, it's like I wasn't really there. And if enough days pass like that, where does your life go? You were there physically, your body showed up. But when you try to recall it, it's kind of blurry, like a day that happened to someone else. You were in a conversation, and a part of you was already thinking about the next thing. You ate something, and if someone asked you what it tasted like, you probably couldn't tell them. And what's strange is that the day wasn't even bad, right? Nothing went wrong, but for some reason, it just passed through you. And there's something unsettling about that. It's like you're rushing through a book that you're desperate to finish, only to realize you can't remember most of it. Except this isn't a book, it's your life. Okay, so when I left my extremely busy life behind, I thought it would fix this, that I would finally have time for myself. I would slow down and actually be present in my own life. Now I live in a small town in Japan surrounded by nature, and I thought that would naturally make me appreciate life more. But what happened instead was that I simply found new things to be absent for. I'd go for a walk and spend the whole time in my head, worrying about whether I was doing enough with this new chapter of my life. Planning things, rehearsing conversations, thinking about the future. I'd sit down to eat, and my phone would be open before I even picked up my chopsticks. It was completely automatic. I remember one evening sitting by the river near my apartment, the place I genuinely love because it's so beautiful and peaceful. And then it hit me. I couldn't remember the walk there. I just spent 20 minutes walking through one of the most beautiful parts of the city, and I'd miss all of it. And I thought, if I'm not here for this, when am I actually here? Have you ever had that feeling like the whole week just goes by and somehow you can't remember being in it, just managing it? I used to think that was a discipline problem, that if I try harder to pay attention, then I'd finally become present. But I don't think that's really what's happening. I think sometimes we disappear into our thoughts because being in the present feels uncomfortable. Not because something terrible is happening, but because the present moment is often much quieter than we would like it to be. And in that quiet, things start becoming visible. Uncertainty, insecurity, loneliness, restlessness, questions you haven't answered yet. So instead of staying with the moment, we leave it. We start planning, scrolling, replaying past conversations, anything that feels easier than sitting with what's already here. And I think that's why most of us feel so exhausted all the time. We're carrying our lives instead of experiencing them. And the thing is, the life we're hoping to experience, the peace we're searching for, it only exists in the moments we keep skipping. I want to share something I've been doing as part of my mindfulness practice. It's going to sound almost too simple. It's called soft eyes. Normally, when we move through the world, our attention becomes very narrow and fixated. We're focused on traffic lights, emails, our to-do list. Our eyes are locked onto one thing while our mind is already moving toward the next. But soft eyes is the opposite. Right now, wherever you are, if it's safe and comfortable, try looking at one point in front of you. Notice how focused your vision becomes. Now, without moving your eyes, see if you can also notice what's at the edges of your vision. The space beside you, the light in the room, the shapes and colors you weren't paying attention to a moment ago. Let your gaze relax, not blurry, just less effort. Like you're taking in the whole scene instead of hunting for one thing. Something changes when you do that. Your breathing softens, your shoulders become more relaxed, and your mind stops charging ahead for a moment. And suddenly, you're back in the room you're actually in. I use this on walks, during meals, sometimes during conversations when I realize I've drifted away into my own thoughts. It's not really a meditation. You don't need to sit down and set a timer for it. It's just a tiny doorway back to wherever you actually are. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about how washing the dishes can either be a chore you do to get to the next one, or simply washing the dishes. Just that, fully. He says, if you can't be present while washing the dishes, then you probably won't be present for the cup of tea afterward either, or the conversations, or whatever comes next. That really stayed with me because I realized I've been waiting for my life to get to the part worth paying attention to. And maybe that's the mistake, because most of life isn't made of milestones. It's made of doing the dishes, going on walks, having cups of tea, waiting for the train, or looking out the window when it's raining. These ordinary moments rarely feel significant when we're in them. But one day, these are the moments we often remember the most and mean the most to us. I don't think presence is something you achieve and then keep. I think it's more like coming home to ourselves over and over again. You drift, you notice, you come back. You drift again, you notice again, you come back again. That's the whole practice. The river near my apartment looks different depending on the light. I know that now. Not because I did anything special, just because I started actually looking at it. Your life has those things too. The small, ordinary things that are kind of beautiful when you're really in them. And I hope you get to notice a few of them today. Thank you for spending your time with me. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to join me for more conversations like this, please don't forget to subscribe. Well, as always, take care of your heart, be present, be kind, and I will see you in the next video.